If you have just begun learning the language or you have been in this process of learning the language for quite some time, this video is for you. So in this video, as you have already seen the thumbnail, we are going to talk about 5 speech habits that you must avoid to be a better speaker of the English language or any language for that matter. If you speak very fast, stop doing that right now, because speaking fast has nothing to do with being fluent in English. I know many people feel that if you are speaking fast, you are being very fluent in English. However, it is not the case. When you are speaking fast, you are most likely to pronounce most of the words wrong, and because pronunciation is all about muscle memory, so in long run you will end up just saying the words wrong, and it will not take you anywhere near to being good at the language. And also, let's say that you might be able to speak very fast, but can you give that surety for the person who is listening to you? No, right? What if you are saying the person is not able to process that? Then the whole point of communication is zero. We can test this right now. Pause this video, or maybe just don't pause it. Just go to the top right side and on the 3 dots, click there, and you can increase the speed of this particular video. And notice it for yourself when you're playing this video, what I'm speaking right now, at 2x or let's say 1.75 speed. Do you think you can understand even a thing that I say? Of course not. That is not possible, and it is not a very effective way of communication. What I am saying needs to be understood by the person listening to me, in this case, you. Next point is that don't use the offensive or the abusive words from the other language. It is not cool, and I don't think anybody should aspire to learn the language through the offensive or the abusive words. And the most important thing about these words is that there is a cultural context to every language, to every region, right? It might be cool, or people might say a particular abusive word in one region a lot, like a lot, before and after each and every sentence. But do you think it is appropriate to say it in your region? Think about it, and I'm sure all of you know what that word is. I come across at least one person every day who uses this word. All I have to say is that each and every language has ample amount of beautiful words and phrases and expressions. So instead of using the abusive and the offensive words from the other languages, try and learn the beautiful expressions in those languages. The next point is that don't use gigantic words while speaking. Your vocabulary should not be all about the big and difficult to pronounce words, the words which nobody has ever heard, so they probably don't even know what do they exactly mean. There is a reason I am saying this, and you can stop and ask yourself a question, that why do we learn languages? What is the reason for us to learn languages? Some people know one language and some know multiple languages, and that is amazing. But the only reason to know different languages is so that we are able to communicate our thoughts, our emotions, and whatever we are wanting to say to the other person, right? So do you think it is necessary to use the words, or is it of any use to use the words which the person you're speaking to is not even able to understand? The communication here is not happening. So I think then the whole idea of learning the language comes to zero. The next bad speech habit to avoid is don't be arrogant while speaking. And this point is very much connected to the last point that I made. For some people, I have observed this, that speaking a language is all about, showing off their skills. However, of course, language is a skill. However, it is nothing to show off. As I said, ask yourself this question again. Why do we learn languages? We learn languages to communicate. The thing that you have to show off are your positive ideas, your great ideas, or your thoughts, not the language. So don't use heavy words which the person is not able to understand. And even the tone of you speaking that language should be so polite that your communication is enhanced when speaking politely in whatever language that you are speaking. And yeah, that is it. Don't be arrogant while speaking the language. This point is very true for people who are Hindi speakers, many around me, and even myself. So, there is a very different way how people react when they hear you speak Hindi and how they react when you speak English. I have also made a funny shorts video. I'll put it down somewhere here and also in the description box below. Do have a look at that. So I would just say that whether you speak Hindi or English, just don't be arrogant. Language is all about communicating, and I think that is the main point you should keep in your mind while talking to anybody. Be polite. It is the basic manners, right? Be polite. Another point to keep in mind is that don't use too many fillers. It is not very pleasant to hear when somebody is using way too many fillers. For example, I hear some people, overusing or saying it repeatedly, you know, or right, or okay. Tell me in the comment section below what are the fillers that you hear people overusing it and you're very irritated by that. We have already discussed the 5 bad habits to avoid, bad speech habits to avoid. But here is an extra tip that I would like to give you. If you are somebody who is just starting to learn the language, or it has been quite some time that you have been in the process, just don't be sorry for your language. Don't be shy. The point to learn the language is that you use it, and the way to learn the language is also that you use it. So don't be sorry that, oh, your language is not that good, or what you're thinking is wrong, or not as good as others around you are saying. Just speak it. As you make mistakes, you will learn through it. So don't be sorry. Language is never perfect, it is always evolving. And even the ones who feel that they are amazing at the language. This is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed and found something new in this video, and it will help you in the process of learning the language, particularly English. If you like it, please share this content with your friends and family who are also trying to learn the language and burst their myths. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Until we meet next time, take it easy.